Hello everybody, it's me, the Mind Injector. In this video I'm going to tell you if Bitcoin will reach $1 million by 2030. The price of one Bitcoin could exceed $1 million by 2030, states a report by US-based ARK Investment Management. According to the report, Bitcoin mining will encourage and also use electricity from renewable carbon-free sources. Also, the report says Bitcoin's market participants are maturing and are focused on the long term. As per last year's data, long-term investors hold 13.5 million bitcoins and more than 500,000 addresses exhibit long-term holding behavior. These holdings were at an all-time high in 2021. Moreover, Bitcoin's cumulative transfer volume increased by 463% in 2021. The crypto's annual settlement volume has surpassed Visa's payments volume, which means Bitcoin is taking market share as a global settlement network. Bitcoin's cumulative transfer volume in 2020 was $2.3 trillion, which went up to $13.1 trillion in 2021, versus the $12.1 billion that Visa settled in 2021. Also, we must mention that Bitcoin is attracting institutional holders. Exchange-traded products, countries and corporations held 8% of Bitcoin's supply as of November 2021. In El Salvador, which was the first country to permit consumers to use the cryptocurrency in all transactions alongside the US dollar, in September 2021, 3.8 million people used the country's Bitcoin wallet Chivo, suggesting 84% adoption among eligible citizens. Chivo was settling $2 million in remittances daily as of October 2021, accounting for roughly 12% of El Salvador's $6 billion in annual remittances and more than 2% of its GDP. Also adding that people have more Bitcoin wallets than traditional bank accounts in the Central American country. However, recently, the executive board of the International Monetary Fund urged El Salvador to change its decision to make Bitcoin legal tender due to the financial risks and liabilities created. Also, as energy buyers, Bitcoin miners could incentivize new and more efficient forms of energy generation. Energy sources like wind and solar could meet a larger percentage of grid demand if Bitcoin mining impacts the utility grid. By the way, energy asset owners could themselves become Bitcoin miners, and that the addition of Bitcoin mining into power developers' toolboxes would increase the overall addressable market for renewable and intermittent power sources. But after all of this, you might be asking, why some well-known investors remain skeptical about Bitcoin? Legendary investor Warren Buffett's longtime business partner, Charlie Munger, was critical of Bitcoin at Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholders meeting, saying, "I think the whole damn development is disgusting and contrary to the interests of civilization." And that's not the first time Buffett or Munger have criticized the cryptocurrency. Back in 2018, Buffett warned that Bitcoin was probably red poison square, while Munger said investing in cryptocurrencies is just dementia. But regardless of warnings from skeptics that Bitcoin is highly speculative or overvalued, investors are still buying. This is it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and please make sure to subscribe, like and leave a comment down below.